Following is a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports. It's time for Sully Butte Sports on Country 95.3. Sully Butte Sports is brought to you by 83 Ag Sales, AGE, Bank West Oneida, Barber Chemical and Barber Farm Service, The Blue Goose, and Brett Spray Service. And by Actegra, CHS River Plains, Colson Farms, Kona Ag Oneida, Don's Food Center, Eric's Custom Repair, First Dakota National Bank, and Yag Air. Sully Butte Sports is also brought to you by Lamb Chevy, Oahe Grain, Oliver Construction, Ringneck Energy, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection, the Sully County Sheriff's Office, Sunrise Bank, The Corner, Wheeler Seed Farm, Yakby Ranches, Venture Communications, and Lincoln Out Construction. Now let's head to the booth with the call of the game and the voice of the Sully Butte Chargers, Wyatt Parichka.
And a good Tuesday evening, we should say, here as we get you set for a Tuesday night matinee basketball contest featuring the Sully Butte Chargers and the Ipswich Tigers. We are live here from Oneida at the Mark Settner Court on the campus of Sully Butte High School. It is the battle of the top two teams in Region 6B as the Ipswich Tigers enter this game at a record of 4-2 on the season. They have actually lost their last two meetings. Their last one was a loss to Warner on January 8th, 58-48 was the final score on that one. Right now sitting with a two-game losing streak. Another team with a losing last contest coming into this one, the Sully Butte Chargers. They are now 5-1 on the season. They will lose to Sioux Valley, a single-A contest, 70-55 on Saturday night. Tough one for the Chargers. It was their first loss of the season for Sully Butte. And now the Chargers will look to snap that losing streak with a home court advantage. We'll tell you, it's been 15 games that they have won in a row here on the home gym here tonight. They'll try to make that now 16 here today. We'll tell you more about this matchup, the history of these two teams. Warm-up has not started, and as soon as I say it has now begun, we'll tell you some storylines going into this one. We'll get you a history between these two teams. It has been a competitive one here so far in this decade, to say the least, but also the last three meetings have not been in favor of the Chargers. We'll tell you more after this 90-second timeout here on Country 95.3. Country 95.3 Sports on YouTube and online at country953.com.
Before or after the game, get together with friends at the Blue Goose in Oneida. The Blue Goose has a relaxing atmosphere, and it's a great place to talk about the game. Not only that, but you can see info and pictures of past teams and players. It's history with the focus on the future. Be sure to kick back with friends and co-workers at the one spot that has it all. The Blue Goose in downtown Oneida. Proud to be a supporter of Sully Butte Sports.
At 83 Ag Sales, we specialize in precision planting to help you create a growing environment that will maximize your efficiency and crop yields. We're committed to helping you improve your planting and production with the best technology available. Located in Oneida, 83 Ag Sales, here to make the most of your growing season. Call us at 605-222-5385. We can help you choose the right components for your equipment and your operation.
AGE Corporation's contractors and crane service are proud supporters of Sully Butte Sports. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work, construction, and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That number again, 223-2732. AGE, proud to support local sports.
It is your 83 Ag Sales pregame show brought to you by 83 Ag Sales. Big thanks to them for getting us ready here for tip-off. Dead Chargers and Ipswich Tigers coming in with losses in their previous contests, and will look to try to get back into the winners column. Taking a look at the history real quick between these two teams, as it will be the 21st meeting since 2006. The Sully Butte Chargers are 14-6 against the Tigers. However, it has been Ipswich who has won the last three meetings. And last meeting was January 25th, with a 75-33 win for the Ipswich Tigers. Again, they've won the last 3 games here for this series. Sully Butte's last win, well, you have to go all the way back to 2022, where they won a slugfest of a final of 35-33. If the JV game said anything, we might be on tap for one of those kind of slugfests here tonight. I think JV boys for the Sully Buttes won in a 35-26 final. I didn't have the exact final score, but let's just say it wasn't a high-scoring one, and I will mention the scoring in just a moment as we will take a look at those headlines for these two teams. And actually, let's get into those in this a moment. We'll take one more 90-second timeout. We'll take a look at headlines going into this one. It is the Chargers. It is the Tigers. Coming up here on Country 95.3, online at Country 95.3 Sports on Video.
At AgTegra, we're leveraging the power of the cooperative to benefit our farmers and ranchers, their families, and local communities. We're creating jobs for your neighbors and putting money back into our communities. We're lending a hand in our rural fire departments, food banks, and 4-H and FFA programs. That's what local is all about. When you do business at AgTegra, you help us make a difference in your community. AgTegra, strong, stable, dependable, and local.
Teamwork is important to Barber Chemical in Oneida. With a full-time agronomist, sprayers, and licensed applicators, they have the team to get the job done. Their fully stocked warehouse will always have the latest products and technology available. Service, quality, and efficiency. That's the game plan at Barber Chemical. See Barber Chemical for your soil and tissue sampling needs. Good luck, Chargers, from your teammates at Barber Chemical in Oneida.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Your 83 Axels pregame show continues here from Oneida on the campus of Sully Buttes High School. Taking a look at some headlines here going into this one, is both teams are going to be looking to bounce back after a loss. We mentioned Tigers on a 2-game losing streak and the Sully Buttes on a 1-game losing streak heading into today. How do the Chargers respond? Well, they have won the last 15 home games here at Oneida at the Sully Buttes High School Mark Steffner court here, so look for them to maybe take advantage of that home court here in tonight. Can they take advantage? I mean, we got the bleachers out on the stage here tonight. We got a jam-packed basketball court here coming up in just a little bit as well. Taking a look at the Chargers, more of their headlines going into today. Actually, let's go to Ipswich just real quick here. Ipswich Tigers are looking to break a streak, but also keep a streak alive. We mentioned the Tigers having a 2-game losing streak coming into this contest, but it's been the Tigers who have won the last 3 meetings against the Chargers, and they'll look to make that 4 in a row here tonight. And the buckets are going to be another story here tonight. The Chargers have scored on an average of 60-plus points per game. The Tigers have only done it once here this season, and the Tigers will probably have to at least score 60 to get into this game, because pace is going to be something that will be a factor in this contest. We actually talked with head coach White about that. Chargers, like I mentioned, run the scoreboard, so you need to score over 60. Might be enough for the Chargers if they play their style of basketball and just be them. Can the Chargers kind of regroup and be them tonight after really not having any control of that basketball game on Saturday against Sioux Valley? Those are the headlines coming into tonight's contest. It's really about the streak, the style of play, and how the teams respond coming in to this one. Let's take a look at some other games of interest here tonight in the local area. We'll start with the Governors as the Pierre boys are on the road in T area to battle the Titans. That is out on our sister station KCCR Radio, 1240 AM and 98.9 FM. Highmore Herald is home tonight as they take on Fulton area. Again, these are all boys games, I should mention here, for these contests that we're mentioning. And Miller is battling Redfield in their contest. The Chargers are hosting Miller on a doubleheader here on Thursday. We don't have any final scores to report to you. Only one is a game that's outside our area, so we will let that go for now. But again, Pierre Governor boys in action tonight. Highmore Herald is in action tonight. We'll try to get those updates if we can here later on. Taking a look as well, those are our headlines. Those are some games of interest here tonight, and we will take a quick 60-second timeout. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout as we got that pregame interview with head coach White coming up next here on Country 95.3.
At Ringneck Energy, our mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of our investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Ringneck Energy, located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida. Call 605-945-6900 and check out our website, www.ringneckenergy.com. Ringneck Energy in Oneida, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Sales pregame show here with head coach White of the Sully Buttes boys Charger team. And coach, first loss of the season, and I mean, there's a couple ways you could take it. I mean, kind of coming down humbled after being 5-0, or you kind of just take it into the next game. I mean, what was kind of your approach after the loss with your team?
Just talking about that we're not there yet, and we've got to continue to improve, but we played a really good basketball team, and we gave them credit. And like I told our guys, that's as good a basketball team as you're probably going to face this year, unless you're playing in a semifinal state championship type game, So, or at least in probably a round of 16 where you have a really good matchup. So we're going to grow from it. We're going to get better because of it, and we'll just keep moving forward. It was one of those games that we needed to find out how good we really were, and I feel like we're pretty good because Sioux Valley's good. I mean, that's a super athletic, super long. Their size is on film. They've played some really big teams because on film they did not look that size, and when you got out on the floor, they were just a different size and a different athlete than maybe what we expected or kind of knew them to be. So impressed with them, impressed where they're going, and impressed with our guys. I thought we gave a really good effort. There's some things that we're going to have to do differently moving forward so we can get to that level and be at the highest level that we can possibly play at.
I know you kind of went into it a little bit, and there were some points too where your team was playing good defense and they just couldn't miss shots either. I mean, how do you kind of make sure that in those moments of they're going on a run, or they kind of have an advantage in one way that doesn't really get to your team in a frustrating way?
I mean, you just want to focus on things that you can control, and what can we control in this situation, and are we controlling what we want to control, and if we're not, how do we adjust to that and control the things that we can control. So just sticking to our controllables and what we have the ability to control in those situations is really our biggest goal, I guess you could say, in that situation.
Going into today, Coach, I know you had basically one practice and you're right back at it against a team who wants to bounce back as well. They're on a couple game losing streak. What do you know kind of this Ipswich team and kind of your approach going into today's game with your game plan?
They're really athletic. And they had an outstanding football team this year, and a lot of those guys are basketball players. So it's going to be physical. It's going to be up and down. A lot of athletes on the floor, and it's going to be a fun contest for us and really a good measuring stick.
I think scoring is something that when I notice most of their games, they're not scoring the highs that you are. How important is it going to kind of be to shoot consistently, but also score buckets quick?
It's probably more about our pace than anything. That we don't want them to control the pace of the game. We want to control the pace and play the style that we want to play, more of a full court up tempo type style. I felt that Sioux Valley definitely controlled the pace the other night which gave us some challenges, was challenging for us. It was the first time anybody's kind of changed the pace on us throughout the season. So tonight our folks will be on keeping the pace at where we want it and continuing to execute the things that we want to do.
I'll leave it with this, Coach. I mean, you guys are a really good home basketball team. I'll just say, not saying how many wins in a row you have dating back to last season, but you have quite a bit. I mean, how valuable is it that you have that opportunity to bounce back, especially at home?
You always just want to get back on the floor after a tough one. You just want to put it behind you and keep moving forward. And I think our kids have done a nice job with that. Our goal is to be 1-0 today and not worry about what happens in the future, what happened last week. And we're going to come out with the same goal every single night, be 1-0 and hit our pillars and what our standard is. And if we play to our standard and our pillars and try to be 1-0, we'll be just fine.
Feel like we got an X factor already, Coach, so I appreciate your time and best of luck this evening.
Hey, thanks for covering us. We appreciate it.
Big thanks to head coach Brian White for taking some time here this evening to chat with us before today's contest. It's the Ipswich Tigers taking on your Sully Butte Chargers. We are moments away from tip-off. We'll have a national anthem and starting lineups coming in here in just a moment. Let's take a look at your uniform report here. We'll start with the visitors of the Ipswich Tigers. They'll be in gray uniforms today. Gray tops, gray shorts. They'll have the orange lettering and orange numbers trimmed in black, and they'll have a checkered stripe on either side of the uniform. For the Chargers, they'll be in their home whites for the 5th time this season, as they will have the purple letters, purple numbering, Sully Buttes on their uniforms with the number in the middle. They will be also trimmed in black with the thin purple and gold stripe on either side of their uniform. That is your uniform report as the national anthem is coming up here in just a few moments. And if I had to take just a wild guess, we will most likely have the Sully Buttes band here, which does a fantastic job with the national anthem coming up here in just a moment. Do want to give you a quick update in one of our games locally here that is currently on our sister station, KCCR. It's the Pierre Governors right now struggling in their opening or in their game as they right now trail 13-6 with about 40 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Governors down against T-Area in that contest. So that is our one and only game that we can report to you. We are live on Country 95.3 FM. If you want video coverage and not traveling on the road, you can go to YouTube or check out our website, KCCR Radio, for the video coverage, or just go to YouTube, search up Country 95.3 Sports. It'll be the first thing that pulls up here on your YouTube feed. Is we have a great viewership already in here. If you're tuning in either way, we appreciate you for doing that as well. So with that, national anthem is about to begin. We are going to send it now to the PA announcer to get us ready for the national anthem.
Please use trash cans located in each aisle. At halftime, Sully Butte Booster Club will be conducting their hoop shoot, and as well as the half-court shot contest. We will draw the winner of the half-court shot at the end of the first quarter. At the end of the third quarter of the game tonight, the senior class will draw the winner of the 50-50. At this time, we ask that you please keep in mind the men and women of our armed forces as they stand guard around the world as we pay honor to America with the playing of our national anthem by the Sully Butte Pep Band under the direction of Mrs. Erica Paxman. You're reminded that proper respect to remove cover, stand at attention, and place your right hand over your heart. Veterans and out-of-uniform active duty personnel may salute the flag.
National anthem by the Sully Buttes Band. They always do a fantastic job You're good, Jeremy, I promise. This is Jeremy. Big thanks to him running the camera tonight. Big thanks to Jen back in the studio for keeping us live here on the air. Let's get to your starting lineups. We'll start with the visitor team for the Ipswich Tigers. They are under head coach Stuart Bull, who is entering his fourth season as the head coach. He's been coaching for 24 years in the coaching world. It looks like this. He'll be number 2, a 5'9 senior in Kyle Heddick. He'll be followed by the 5'9 senior, number 3, it's Brody Davis. It's a 5'10 senior, number 12 in Jackson Holt. Number 20, a 5'10 sophomore in Shea Nuts. And number 30, or Knotts, excuse me, and number 30, a 6'1 sophomore in Hayden Schlosier. That is your starting lineup for the Ipswich Tigers. Let's take a look at your Chargers. It will look like this. It'll start like this. Number 3, a 6'3 freshman in Easton Moore. He'll be followed by the sophomore at 5'8, number 10, Jet Yackley. It's number 15, a 6'2 senior in Wesley Whitler. It is I get that height correct there, as apparently Gavin Colson is listed at 5'20. That's not the case. It is going to be number 20, a senior in Gavin Colson. And to round up the starting lineup here for this one, it is a 6'2 senior in James Miles. Brian White is the head coach for the Sully Beach Chargers. Chargers to go from left to right. Ipswich will go from right to left. As we will get set here. Appreciate you tuning in. However, you may be tuning in here on this Tuesday night. White Bridge got with you as we are past the 7 o'clock hour. KLXSPRE Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Let's get you that scoreboard. Big thanks to 83 Ag Sales tonight. And a big thanks to our scoreboard sponsors, Ringneck Energy and Venture Communications. Easton Moore stands in the center circle. He will take on Kyle Heddick here to start this one off. Whistles blown from the officials, and we're underway as the Chargers will control the opening tip. And Yackley is going to go step into a three-pointer and banks it in. Jet Yackley off to a perfect start as he starts with a 3 there as the Tigers will turn it over on their opening possession. And Whitler's going to try to go fast here. They'll wave off the shot on a foul as Whitler was trying to drive in on the turnover. And how rare is that to start a game with a quick 3 at the bank? They'll give the foul off to Shea. He'll be his first, and it will be the team first of the quarter. We've played 20 seconds. Whitler catch and shoot 3. That's good. Chargers are going to want to have the pace favor them here. Again, the Chargers averaging about 60 points a season. The Tigers have only done it once this entirety as they are 4-2 on the season. Sully Buttes 5-1. These are the top 2 teams. So as far as region goes, fighting for region seeding later down the road, this is a game that the Chargers and Ipswich would want to have down the road. Tigers back with it. Shea is going to give it over now to Brody Davis. Now up top, it's going to be Holtz. Actually, we got a different starter there. Schlosier is the one who had it. That's a triple there made courtesy of Brody Davis. And it's cut the lead then half 6-3 on that Venture Communication scoreboard. Yackley on the floater will leave it short off the front iron. Rebound is going to be Heddick, and the Chargers will take it away. Yackley 3. That's no good. Picked up there by Whitler. Whitler gives it off to James on the elbow. Back to Whitler. Thought about step back. Now gives it off to Moore. Moore now to Yackley on the right ring. Is matched up there by Heddick. Colson, Whitler, deep catch and shoot 3. Leaves that one short, and it's going to be another rebound for Heddick. As he will try to go all the way with it on the left side. Miles gets his hand in there and defends it. It's another rebound for Ipswich, but Moore will take the steal. That's the 3rd turnover for Ipswich already. Moore on the Euro step gets it to go. 8-3 your score on your Ringneck Energy scoreboard with 6:13 left to go here in first quarter action. Tigers next possession, it's Holt on the left side, matched up there by Yackley as Chargers run man-to-man. Heddick now makes his way to the right side, now goes on the attack, matched up there by Yackley and gets delayed. And goes. Makes it 8-5, under 6 to play. Chargers will go left side now. Now the pass is up to Whitler as he stands at the logo. It's up there by Shea. Now here's the give. It's Colson. Colson was looking for Whitler. Whitler went on the attack. He goes over the line, saves it over to Moore. And the Chargers getting a little bit of a second chance with that save as Moore will put it up for 2. 10-5 now on that Venture Communications scoreboard. 5:18 left to go. Edge will make his way over the timeline. That's up there by Colson, and we'll get a whistle on Colson. Gavin Colson will pick up his first, team's first of the quarter. And we'll see Cooper Falkenhagen and Carson Miles check in. 5:11 to go. Kyle will trigger it in for Ipswich. We're going to give it off to Shea. He will. On the inbound, Miles is going to try to meet with him halfway. Gives him a lay on the left side. Falkenhagen closes in and gives it off to Kyle. Trying to give it off. Still looking. Now we'll kick it out there to Schlozer. Now up top to Shea. Shea in the paint. Throws up a wild shot. It's going to be off the mark. And Yackley will come down with the rebound. Yackley kick out to Whitler, left corner 3. That one short. Yackley second chance rebound. Moore will try a triple. Leaves that one short as well. And a couple of opportunities and no points to account for. So I'll give the basketball back to Ipswich with 4:38 to play in quarter number 1. They say Colson has picked up 2 fouls. I was not aware of the first foul that he had, and he's going to check back in just a moment. Closer at the top, matched up there by Moore. He'll swing it now over to Holtz. It's back out to Davis. Davis with the hand off to Shea, matched up by Moore. Shea, step back, fires a triple, deflected there by Moore. Nice defensive effort there by the Chargers as Moore is the one who gets credited there for the deflection. Whitler going to try to go all the way to the bucket, and it's going to be out of bounds, they're going to say no foul on that. I think Whitler was maybe looking for a call and didn't get it, and it will go back to Ipswich down by 5. 10-5 your score on that Ringneck Energy scoreboard. Shea getting the inbound. He'll try to get over the midcourt stripe. He does. Euro step floater high off the glass. Couldn't get it to go. Yeah, Whitler comes down with his first rebound of the night. Whitler catch and shoot from the top. That one off to the right side. Falkenhagen trying to go for the rebound. Falkenhagen will try to throw it up, but a traveling call will be called first before the foul. One official had his arm raised for the fist up for the foul, but that was not the case as the other official overruled that. Saying the travel occurred first. So Ipswich gets it back after a empty trip for the Chargers, as Ipswich is going to have to start making some buckets here if Chargers keep this pace. It's going to be a 3 from Schlozer. He got it. That timeout spent by head coach Brian White, and he is not thrilled. And we will step and we'll actually keep it here. 30-second timeout. Yeah, if you're getting a reaction like that, you're something went wrong there. But let's keep it here live on KLXS Pier. Let's give a big thanks to the Sully County Sheriff's Office. It's a big thanks to them to make this broadcast possible. They want to remind you that to be responsible going to the game and driving home, please obey speed limits in towns and on the highways. Arrive alive. This message from the Sully County Sheriff's Office. And Coach Brian White is telling his team defensively, because that is where the frustration timeout just came in, is 10-8, courtesy of a Hayden Schlozer three-pointer. And the Chargers will get it back here again. The number to keep in mind, who really gets the 61st if it does come down to a high-scoring affair. Again, Ipswich has only done that once this season, but you know they can do it. Chargers In their one game, they haven't scored 60. Came out with a loss. Yackley layup no good as he went underhand. Whitler rebounds it and puts it back up and in. Chargers 5 and 9 from the field. Ipswich 3 of 6. It's 12-8. Bench looking. He'll give it off to Shea at the top. Directs some traffic. Looks for the feed inside. And we'll get another whistle as Joshua Walsh is in for the first time. I think Volkeningen's going to be called for his first personal. His first, team's third with 2:57 to play. Appreciate you tuning in, however you may be tuning in, whether it's on radio or live video coverage. In down from Roche. He'll kick it out there to Slozer as he'll try to go for a mid-range jumper. No good. Second chance by Hittich. He put it in. Chargers pushing the pace. Miles going. Gets some contact and a chance for 2 at the line. Kind of leaning that one a little bit and gets the benefit of the doubt. Says foul going to go against Hayes. Soldier will pick up his first and team's second of the quarter. First free throw from Miles. He's good. And it's the first trip of the evening. In lone game here for Sully Buttes. Girls have already played Ipswich, which was a win for the Lady Tigers. It was on the road in Ipswich. Second free throw is no good, and it was Roach again, who really kind of making his name known early here, coming off the bench. Sets the screen for Shea, now giving off to Slozer, who might be the shooter here, as a couple of threes have helped keep the Tigers close here. It's going to be a bit pocket away, and then we're going to get looks like a traveling call, or no, kickball. Either way, Chargers are going to retain possession. Gavin Colson got Yackley in, also in for the first time. We're seeing Bretton Barber check in. Whitler is going to take a rest with Miles. Yackley left side, goes on the attack to the baseline, kick out Moore. Moore going to try and back his way into the paint. Now give it back out to Yackley on the left side. 2:09 left to play. Colson now. Chargers work that left side. Now give it off to Moore. Moore to Yackley with 14 on the shot clock. Moore is going to have the catch and shoot. 3 from Yackley. He got it. Easton Moore with a quick 7 to start this one off at 16-10. Your communication scoreboard shows with under 2 to play. And for the first time for the Tigers, is a number we'll have to add to our stat sheet in just a moment. So giving it off to Tate Hoagie, who was in for the first time. Jackson Holt gives it back there. It slows her at the top, and he is just making everything that he can right now. He's got 5. It's out 16-12. 80 seconds left to go in quarter number 1. Barber, give it off there to Colson. Whitler and James Miles getting set to check in on the next whistle. Yackley will kick it out to Moore, left side, up top. Colson, he'll think about a 3, fire 3, make a 3. Already you have 5 Chargers in the scoring book here in this first quarter. Hoagie will fire a triple. Can't get that 3 to go. It's rebounded though by Hittich as he'll kick it out there. Slozer 3. That one's good. I think the Tigers have found their score to start this one off. It's 8 points from Hayden Slozer, as he has right now gotten 8 of the 15 points here for the Tigers. Shot clock separated by 9. Yackley near the midcourt circle. Directing some traffic here as Moore now will get the basketball. Thanks to give to Yackley, now to Colson. Colson, bounce pass off to Barber. One hand pass over to Yackley. Shot clock set at 10. Hand off to Colson. Colson between the legs. Yackley on the kick down. Left corner. That one going to be left short. Volkeningen tries to tap it back, but it's going to be rebounded there by Jackson Holt. 8 seconds on the clock. It's going to be Holt off the glass and good. And that is going to be how the first quarter ends. After 1 quarter of play, we got ourselves what looks to be an entertaining ball game. 19-17 is your score after 1. We'll step aside 60 seconds. We'll be back here on Country 95.3, KLXS Pier, a Riverfront broadcasting station.
Koenig of Oneida, Pierre, and Winter has provided our services to growers of South Dakota for over 50 years. We focus on providing our customers with the products, services, and attention to detail that each farmer needs to succeed. For your individual needs of custom spraying, liquid or dry fertilizer, chemical, soil sampling, seed sales, and treating, stop in and see us at Koenig with offices located in Oneida, Pierre, and Winter.
Hometown shopping at its best. Don's Food Center has what you want and where you need it most, right in Oneida. Enjoy a great selection of groceries, fresh meat and produce, friendly service, and more. Get all your snacks for the big game at Don's Food Center. Don's Food Center is a proud supporter of Sully Buttes Athletics and wish the Chargers good luck in today's game. Don's Food Center, where parking is convenient, shopping is easy, and your time is priority.
Second quarter about to get underway here from the Mark Steffner Court on the campus of Sully Buttes High School. 19-17 after one. A great first quarter to start this game off. As the Chargers with the 2-point advantage, they will see Ipswich have the basketball to start the second quarters. We are underway. Second quarter here. A quick first quarter. Probably lasted, I don't even say, it was just above 10 minutes at most, maybe. Whitler tries to get a steal, but it's Holt who is able to get it. Gives it now over to Brody Davis. Loses it for a moment on the baseline, and Barber will just pick it up. As I think Davis was avoiding the traveling call, and the Tigers will turn it over. First possession once again to start the quarter. Yackley catch and shoot three from the top will be in and out. Trying to dip it in was Whitler as he'll get it back and put it in. Couple of chances there for the Chargers. They will take it as the Chargers right now. And Ipswich tied at 7 rebounds apiece here in this one. Ipswich did out-rebound the Chargers, and that's a takeaway from Whitler. The Chargers have not turned the basketball over, and Whitler will capitalize on the turnover. Biggest lead has been 7 for Sully Buttes. It sits at 6 right now. 1 minute gone by. Edich will try to put up a 2. Can't get the 2 to go. It's rebounded by James Miles. Yackley now makes his way to the right side. He will go up top. Is tight defense there by Kyle. Yackley swing it to Barber with 20 on the shot clock. Looking for, don't want to give it off to, gives it off to Moore. Tries his back his way on Slozer. Yackley on the catch and shoot 3 left side. No good. Miles gets the rebound. He'll put it back up. No good. Whitler's second chance for the Chargers. That's no good. How about a third chance for the Chargers? Whitler in the paint throws up an awkward shot. They're going to wave it off as they're going to say the foul occurred on the deck. So first team foul on Ipswich here. They're going to get Brody Davis for the contact. Brody Davis will check out. Sully Buttes will get it back. On the baseline, Miles, Traeger goes off the rubber of the backboard, and the Chargers, that's how their first turnover occurs here tonight. I get where Miles was going, just went a little too high on that pass, and on the other end, it's Ipswich making a trip to the charity stripe for the first time. The Chargers will pick up their first team foul of the quarter, and James Miles is going to be the one that will be credited for that foul. Edich with the first free throw. He can't get that one to go, so I'll try to go 1 of 2 here. The only trip. This is just the second trip in this game by either team. Edich to go 1 of 2. Leaves that one short, and a fight for the basketball is on the floor, and it's going to be a last touch there by Roche, who is back in after a quick rest to start the second quarter. 6:15 left to go. It's 23-17 on that Venture Communications scoreboard. Yackley will bounce pass it off to Moore. Moore with the handoff to Whitler. Thought about a 3. Now goes in the paint. Jump step. Loses the basketball. Watch out, student section. And they say it's going to be Ipswich basketball. Getting a substitution is Cooper Falkenhagen going to check back in for James Miles. Over the timeline as Shea loses it. Picked up there by Falkenhagen. And now the Chargers will try to push the pace once again. Another hero step attempt there from Whitler, and the official will whistle it off as it occurred on the floor first. And Shea will pick up foul number 2. Brody Davis checking in for Shea. And now Carson Miles will inbound it, this time from the near side. See if he maybe tries to go a little deep on that one. Doesn't. Inbounds on the same side. Whitler's shot is altered there by Davis. And quickly is Slozier, who came up with the basketball. Deep 3 from Hull is way out to the left. And it's picked up there by Carson Miles. Whitler getting it back over the timeline. Now to give to Yackley. He'll pull it up for 2. Knocks it in. Jet Yackley with 5 so far. And it's now 25-17 in favor of the Chargers from Sully Butte. There's a give now. Davis, mid-range pull-up. Couldn't get that one to go. It's Moore who comes down with the rebound. And now he's going to push the pace. Yackley, he's set up for a 3. He'll leave that short. And we're going to get another foul and another whistle. And I think we're going to give this against Ipswich. They do. So Ipswich picks up their 3rd team foul. Roche will pick up his first of the quarter. Gavin Colson is going to check in for Carson Miles. And so the Chargers getting a second chance after a missed shot. 5:05 to play. Inbound. Goes to Whitler. Baseline. He'll try to put it up on a fader. Gets it to go. Whitler's got 6 in the quarter. He has 11 on the day. Edge makes his way. He'll go left side. Now pick up his dribble with the handoff there to Slozier. Slozier back down to Hiddich with 4:45 left to go here in quarter number 2. Davis back to Hiddich. We will see Shea check back in on the next whistle for the Tigers. Slozier now to Roche with 10 on the shot clock. Chargers doing good defense here to start this second quarter on this possession. There's a switch. Hoagie for a shot. That's no good. And it's brought down there by Colson. Colson will kick it out to Yackley, and Yackley will have a travel call as he took that first step before putting the ball on the floor. And we'll get a timeout from Ipswich. 4:20 left to go in the second quarter. It is 27-17. 10-point lead. It's been the biggest so far here in this one. 60 seconds. We'll be back in 30 here on Country 95.3 KLXS Pier, a Riverfront Broadcasting Station.
AGE Corporation's contractors and crane service are proud supporters of Sully Butte Sports. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work, construction, and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That number again, 223-2732. AGE, proud to support local sports.
4:20 left to go. Timeout was taken by Ipswich. 27-17 is your score. As the Chargers have outscored the Tigers 8-0 to start this second quarter of play. The Chargers have capitalized on 2 more turnovers. They had their first turnover occur in the second quarter. And the Chargers getting rebounds and putting them in the buckets. Whitler's got 6 in the second quarter already. Will be Ipswich basketball after the timeout. And I'll check it in for the first time. It's Mac Hines who is in for Ipswich. Now we'll go to Shea. Shea's matched up there by Yackley as the Chargers continue to play man-to-man defense. Again, both these two teams trying to snap a losing streak. In Falkenhagen going to have the light arm contact, and will get the whistle and pick up his second personal. Bretton Barber going to check in here for Sully Butte. He'll check in for Falkenhagen with 4:10 left to go. That is the second team foul of the quarter for Sully Butte. Ipswich has 1 foul to give. Inbound is almost taken away, and it's going to be Charger basketball. Jay was trying to save it there, but couldn't do so, and we'll have a quick substitution. We'll see Jackson Holt. We'll see Joshua Roche check in. Ipswich with a deep bench. 10-point lead for the Chargers. That's been the biggest lead so far here this evening. Next possession for the Chargers. Moore catches it from the right side. He'll give it off to Colson. Corner 3 and couldn't get it to go. And another foul. And I think they're going to get the Chargers. No. Oh, they do give it to the Charger. For a second, I was reacting because the official pointed to Charger basketball when I saw the signal, but I saw the scoreboard, and then you get another whistle. Yackley on the reach. So Yackley reaches. That'll be team foul number 4 with 3:47 left to play. Edge gets the inbound to Shea. He'll kick it up top to Slozier. That's up there by Whitler. Now it's back to Shea. Chargers still playing good defense in the man-to-man. He gets backed up there by Roche. High, too much on the shot, and then losing his. Moore came down and poked the ball away with his elbow. And Whitler's going to go on the other end and some contact, and Whitler is now slow to get up. He quickly went to the floor, and you hope that he is okay. We'll step aside here. We'll take a timeout. We'll take a 60 with 3:26 left to go. Chargers 27, Ipswich 17. We're back in 60 seconds.
Terry and Peggy Barber and family with Brett's Spray Service in Pierre, Oneida would like to wish the Sully Butte Chargers good luck with tonight's game and all season long. Call Brett's Spray Service today at 258-2743 for all your aerial application and retail chemical sales needs. The Barbers would like to remind you what Henry Ford once said, that when everything seems to be going against you, remember that the airplane takes off against the wind, not with it.
Venture Communications provides blazing fast speeds for affordable internet services. Streaming has never been so easy as it is with these super fast speeds. Don't want to leave the house to mail in that pesky bill? That's okay. Venture Communications allows you to pay your bill online or with an e-bill mobile app. They have local support to help with all of your needs. Contact Venture Communications at 605-852-2224 or visit our website at venturecom.net.
Back here on Country 95.3, KLXS Pierre, and all we know is that Whitler is being assisted out of the court right now, and he will get looked at, and hopefully it's a speedy recovery for him. Again, we're not sure exactly what happened. He just went to try to go for the shot and just fell to the floor and was not able to get up, so don't want to assume anything at the moment. Is Ipswich next possession after the timeout is a missed shot. Wackley was the one who came up with the basketball. He'll get the pass there from his teammate. Shot is no good, and that's another one and done for Sully Butte. So now if your leading scorer is out for the moment and a traveling call, as Ipswich will turn it over for the 9th time. Now you're gonna see the test of this scoring from your team. Is again, Whitler is about 20 points per game if you think about it on the season. You got Jet Yackley, who is your second leading scorer. Moore has started to come into form here as he's had a couple of decent games scoring wise. As he's got the basketball, he'll fire a shot and get it to go in. That's Moore's first bucket of the quarter, 29-17 with 2:39 left to play. Carson Miles did check in after the injury timeout to Whitler, and we'll get a foul on the other end for Ipswich, and they'll have another trip to the line. Now we'll go against the Chargers, so should be bonus from here on out for Ipswich. Easton Moore, who made that bucket on the last possession for the Chargers, fouls there. Bennett, who's the only one who made it to the line for Ipswich, will make the first after missing his first two. We'll get one more free throw here. Perfect trip there from Hennick. And it's now 29-18. Colson, who gets fouled. They're going to count the buckets as he went to the reverse and got it to go. As Gavin Colson, they're going to count the buckets and a chance for a three-point play. 2:30 left to go. That was the final foul to give for Ipswich. Either way, it was going to be a trip to the line for Colson as he converts the three-point play. The Chargers are 2 of 3 from the line here as there's a quick substitution change. Roach will check in for Davis, and looks like it's halftime or over past halftime as the Peter Governors are trailing to T area right now. We'll have that at the halftime, but we'll have a student council report at the halftime as Shea knocks in a triple. And the student council halftime report, we'll get that to you. What's going on with Sully Buttes High School? Is there was some inductions to the National Honor Society for Sully Buttes. There was 3 inductees as Miles was looking to give it off there to Yackley. It's out of bounds and last touch there by Ipswich with under 2 to play. 1:59 left to go. Hoagie will check in here for Ipswich with under 2 to play. 4 to Colson. Swings it over to Yackley, left side. Goes baseline drive. It has a layup on the left side. It's good. 34-22 on your Ringneck Energy scoreboard. And another timeout has been taken by the Tigers. The 60-second timeout. We're back in 60. 1:44 left to go. Second quarter. It is the Chargers 34, Ipswich 22. We're back after this.
Building new, remodeling a little or a lot, or replacing the old with the new, Oliver Construction in Oneida is reliable, honest, and affordable in helping you make your house the home you've always dreamed of. Large or small, inside or out, give Oliver Construction a call at 295-2289 for all of your home construction and remodeling needs. Oliver Construction, 295-2289.
Score big on your next vehicle purchase with Lamb Motor Company in Oneida and Gettysburg, Lamb Chevrolet and Implement in Oneida, and Lamb Auto Sales in Pierre. Check out their large selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs at any one of their locations, or go online to lambmotor.com. That's LAMBMOTOR.com. Or give them a call today at 800-952-2222. Lamb Motor Company of Oneida and Gettysburg, Lamb Chevrolet and Implement in Oneida, and Lamb Auto Sales in Pierre.
Approaching the final moments here of the first half. Chargers with a 12-point advantage at 34-22 on that Venture Communications scoreboard. Tiger basketball coming out of the timeout as they took their second timeout of the contest. Ipswich just looking for some momentum as they have right now been outscored 15-5 from the Chargers team, who is now down their top scorer on the Chargers. As Wesley Whitler went out. No status on him. We'll kind of wait to see how this game develops, as that is going to be 2 there from Brian Hoagie. Brian Hoagie, who gets the bucket for the Chargers. It's now 34-24. Yackley with a handoff to Moore. Moore is going to back his way into the paint. That's going to be no good. Miles looks to kick it out. Spin, looking for Colson, and a foul as it's going to be an over and back reach. I believe you're going to get Bowie on the foul. That will be his first, and it's going to send Gavin Colson to the line. Colson, who made his one and only free throw just moments ago, will miss the first. Message from the Sully County Sheriff's Office. Driving sober shows your passengers and others that you take responsibility for them and yourself. Arrive alive, don't drink and drive. This message from the Sully County Sheriff's Office. Colson goes 1 of 2. It's now 35-24. Holt, kick out over to Shea, left corner or left wing, and gets it to go. Shea with 2 threes in this quarter. He's got 6, under a minute to play. 35-27 is your score. Yackley will give it off to Colson. Trying to make his way into the paint, and we'll get another whistle and another trip to the line. Colson looks like he's going to try to finish the second half living at the line, as the Ipswich is put the Chargers in bonus, but Sully Buttes has done the same to Ipswich. Colson just went 1 of 2. He's 2 of 3 on the day. Make that now 3 of 4. Brody Davis going to check in for Hoagie. And we'll get one more free throw here from Gavin Colson. Second free throw. Count it. Back to a 10-point lead. 37-27. Shot clock separated by 15 seconds. Ipswich going to have a three fire there from Brody Davis. Leaves that one short. It's James Miles who will get the rebound. As he was looking for somebody, and then it goes out of bounds. And luckily for the Chargers, they'll get it back. As the shot clock is at 32. Game clock is at 35. And Coach White looking at that time and now looking at his plays and seeing what the Chargers will like to do. Could hold it for the entirety of the shot clock if they want to. Because for as fast as they play, they can slow it down when they feel like it. Ackley gets the screen from Miles. Makes his way to the top. Edge with the defensive effort. Gavin Colson, three, left side, and a foul. He's going to go on, looks like Sully Buttes. Yeah, it's going to go against James Miles as he will pick up his second. And going to the line is Roosh. So he'll go to the line. This is the first time the Tigers have been able to utilize the bonus. And it comes with 14.4 on the clock. That's the second personal for Miles. Again, Roche is at the line. He was looking for his first points. And you have to wait one more free throw at least. Brody Davis going to come in, most likely substitute or situational substitution here as the Chargers now can hold it for the final shots. Took quite a bit of time off that game clock. Second free throw, no good. Putting it back up, though, was Jackson Holt. And now Jackson Holt will go to the line. Cooper Falconade is going to check in as Brenton Barber was set to check in and went back to the bench. Free throw from Holtz will be off the mark. Halftime show is coming up. It's brought to you by Lincoln Ave Construction and Hawaii Grade. And we'll have a student council report coming up. Recap the first half. Some team stats, individual stats as the second free throw is good. So now the Chargers will try to hold this for the final moments. 12 seconds left to go. Colson is over the timeline. Makes his way, gives it off to Yackley. Yackley left side, now to Moore. Moore, pass over to Colson. 2 seconds left to go. Gives it off to Yackley as the buzzer will sound and won't get it to go as he overshoots the final shot. And that's how the second quarter, will end. Chargers shoot 50% from the field. They lead, though, by 9. It is currently the Sully Buttes Chargers 37. It is Ipswich 28. We will step aside. Your Lincoln Ave Construction and Hawaii Grade halftime show is coming up next here on Pure Country 95.3, online at Country 95.3 Sports.
Whitner Seed Farm, already known for high-quality certified seed wheat, and now they're your Beck Hybrids dealer. Jesse and Sherry Whitner and family are proud supporters of students and athletes of Sully Buttes and wish them all the best this season. Whitner Seed Farm is the industry leader in variety, selection, seed treatments, and their loading is second to none. Visit WhitnerSeedFarm.com or give Jesse a call at 605-280-0152. Your source for seed for every acre. Located in Agar and Oneida, Whitner Seed Farm, 605-280-0152. Eric's Custom Repair supports Sully Buttes Sports and its athletes. Eric's Custom Repair is your trusted mechanic located in Agar. Stop into the gas and convenience store to fuel up and fill up too. Eric's Custom Repair, located on Highway 83 in Agar. Call today to schedule an appointment. 605-258-2137. That's 605-258-2137 for Eric's Custom Repair of Agar. Go get 'em, Chargers. Awahi Grain in Oneida has been doing business with you, the producer, since 1954. They're one of the largest privately owned elevators in central South Dakota. Their friendly and knowledgeable team of employees is there for you. With 220-foot truck scales and 5 dump pits, they're sure to get you back to the farm quickly. They also have a 110-car shuttle loading facility and have 2 grain dryers to help serve you in all your grain handling needs. Call Awahi Grain Corporation in Oneida at 258-2811 or check them out at awahigraincorp.com. Grain is their middle name.
It is halftime here from the Mark Steffner Court on the campus of Sully Buttes High School, and it's now time for your halftime report is brought to you by Lincoln Now Construction and Hawaii Grade. But also, for the first time this season, we got your student council report brought to you by Brett's Spray Service. JC Yeager joining me here at the halftime. JC, how are you doing here today?
I am doing very good. We have had a very good day at school. We had an assembly today, which was a very good one, and I just have had a very great day.
Talk about, for a small school, you guys have a lot going on. I know there was some National Honor Society inductions that took place yesterday. It looks like you have some All-State stuff coming up as well.
Yes, we do.
Kind of just talk about what's going on for Sully Buttes High School and just kind of overall. If there's something maybe I don't know, I'll ask you what it is and what it entails.
So tomorrow we have All-State band auditions in Huron, and then Thursday the boys and girls teams will host the Rustlers from Miller with the games beginning at 4. Friday the wrestling team will host Lyman and Harding County for a triangular beginning at 5:30. This will also be parents' night for the wrestling team. And then Saturday, wrestling heads to Gettysburg with the matches happening all throughout the day. The middle school boys team will also head to Eureka for the YTC tournament games beginning at 10.
So that is all that's just coming up this week.
Yes, just this week.
This week as well. I was just making sure I'm not missing anything coming up here. I know it's only the 13th, but I have actually a couple of things. You guys are going to be off Monday, if I'm not mistaken, due to MLK Day. But
yeah, it's no school Monday, which is great.
You'll take that with a 3-day weekend?
Yeah, that'll be perfect.
It's got to be nice, too, that you only have one game this week, as you are part of the basketball team. JC, what else do you do? You're on the student council, you're doing basketball. What other activities?
I'm also in the one-act play, so that is on Monday at 7 in Oneida. And then I also am in FCCLA, and I do a few things around the school, so I'm pretty busy all the time.
Yeah, talk about the one-act public performance. For somebody who does not know, what is the one-act?
The one act is a performance where kids just get to show their talents, and then we go to regions on Wednesday, which is very fun. We get to go against different schools, and last year we made it to state for the first time in a while, so let's hope we can do that again.
That's awesome. Again, that is the one act public performance. That's at 7 o'clock on Monday. And again, you mentioned all the sports stuff and all-state auditions taking place as well. Are we missing anything that just anything else going on that maybe folks should be aware of? Or
no, not for this week. I think this week is pretty full as it is.
Right, with everything going on. You mentioned tomorrow, Thursday, the basketball games are going on here at Oneida, and then wrestling teams in action as well. Again, JC Yeager joining us here on the Student Council Report. It's brought to you by Brett's Spray Service. JC, thanks for taking some time here. And
yes, you are welcome.
Talk again soon here on the next student edition of the Student Council Report as well. We'll take a 60-second break and get you all of the first half numbers. That's coming up next here on Country 95.3 KLXS Pier, a Riverfront broadcasting station.
With over 40 years of experience, Lincoln Out Construction Incorporated is your one-stop shop for grain handling on the farm or commercial. From repairs to complete new build projects, we've got the expertise to take on the toughest jobs. We're a proud authorized Sukup dealer ready to meet all your grain bin needs with quality products and dependable service. Call Todd today at 605-295-0011 for quality work backed by a crew you can trust. From Todd, Gary, Legina, and the entire Lincoln Out Construction crew, good luck Chargers on a winning season.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
It is your halftime show. It's brought to you by Lincoln Out Construction and Hawaii Grain. Big thanks to JC Yeager for taking some time here from the Brett's Spray Service Sully Buttes Student Council Report. Let's take a look at your first half numbers here. In a quick update, Governor's really trying to make some kind of comeback attempt. Although T-Area just scored, it's 57-43, that game on KCCR. Numbers first half-wise, no lead changes, no ties. Why? Well, the Chargers have taken control from the game from the start. They outscored the Ipswich Tigers 19-17 after one. A great first quarter of basketball. Second quarter, the Chargers started off hot. The Tigers scored a lot later. It was 18-11 after 2. Taking a look at shooting for the Tigers, they would shoot 10 of 22 from the field. They would go 5 of 9 from three-point land, and I think the Chargers have a tough assignment, even though Hayden Soldier was scoreless in that second quarter. He still has the leading score for the Tigers in the first half. 5 of 9 from 3 and 3 of 8 from free throw line for the Tigers. For the Chargers, I am at 50% at 14 of 28 from the field. They are 5 of 7 from the charity stripe and 4 of 12 from three-point land. The turnovers, Ipswich with 8, Sully Butte Island just for 1. And again, all stats unofficial in this one. Take a look at some player statistics here. It is going to be Hayden Soldier for the Tigers leading the way with 8 points in the contest. It is Shea with 6, Kyle Heddick with 6, Brody Davis with 3, and Jackson Holt with 3 in the contest. For the Chargers, it's led by Wesley Whitler, and that will be the story going into the second half. If Whitler went down with an injury, again, I'm not speculating what kind of injury it was. He did fall to the floor and had to be assisted up and assisted to the locker room. So again, we hope that he's okay. We do not see him on the court at the moment. So again, that is going to be the story of the second half. If what the Chargers can do without Whitler, who leads the way with 11 points in the contest. Gavin Colson with 9. Easton Moore with 9. Jet Yackley has 7 in the first half. Carson Miles with 1. And that is all the numbers here in the first half. Rebounding-wise, I had the Chargers at 15 and Ipswich at 10. We'll take a 60-second timeout. We'll come back here to start the second half. That's coming up next here on Country 95.3, KLXSP, a Riverfront broadcasting station. We're back in 60.
Fast and reliable internet connections. We'd like the opportunity to keep you in touch with the people and resources that matter most. 100% fiber and 100% committed to rural South Dakota. Call Venture Communications today at 605-852-2224, 605-852-2224, or online at venturecom.net.
Students rushing to the bleachers to get their spots as we get the second half underway here. So Wesley Whitler not going to start the second half. We have not seen him return, and it will be Cooper Falkenhagen who will look like to get the start here. Actually, we'll take a look here in just a moment of who the starting 5 is. It looked like Falkenhagen as he was sitting on the bench, but let's see how the Chargers do here. Again, Whitler's their leading scorer, but again, it is going to be interesting. Again, Gavin Colson has had a good game in the first half. Jet Yackley, you got Easton Moore. You got some scorers. They're going to have to maybe do a little bit more here. Again, I talked about that number 60. Really, can the Chargers get to that 60 and hold Ipswich under? And it's going to be Carson Miles who is going to get the start in the second half. So, looks like Falkenhagen at a moment, but Carson Miles is the one who gets the start here in the second half for the Chargers as they have it now going from right to left. Up top, it's going to be Colson. Colson makes his way to the left side. A couple of dribbles, hand off back to Yackley. Now it's Colson, gives inside to Moore. Moore inside the arc, long high pass over to Miles. Now to Colson, right corner, 3, good, and bucket's going to count. The bucket's going to count, but I think we're going to have a foul coming up here. Is it going to be on the Chargers? I'm going to wait here in just a moment. The foul occurred after the score, so James Miles is going to pick up the foul. Gavin Colson still gets his 3 because the foul occurred before or after the shot, and so James Miles has now got to go to the bench with 4 fouls. And Cooper Falkenhagen is going to check in now for the Chargers. It's 40-28 on that Ringneck Energy scoreboard. Big thanks again to Lincoln Out Construction on a YA grade for getting us the recap of the first half. Also to Brett's spray service for that student council report. Inside, it's Slozier, and for a high shot for two, it got to go. Both teams score their first possession here of the first half. Yackley trying to make it go for two for the Chargers. No, Falkenhagen rebound, puts it back up. He will be fouled. And two shots coming up here for Cooper Falkenhagen. The foul will go against Ipswich. They'll pick up their first team foul. And the second foul going to be credited there to Brody Davis. Falkenhagen at the line. He is going to shoot two. First one, got it. Be a good sport, whether at the field or in the gym. Good sportsmanship is a responsibility, whether you're at home or on the road. Show your respect to the players, the fans, and the facility. Arrive alive. This message from the Sully County Sheriff's Office. Falkenhagen with one more free throw here. And it's going to be up. It's going to be no good. And it's rebound brought down by Slozier after a 1-2 trip from Cooper Falkenhagen. Inside the Roche. He'll put it off the glass and in. Colson quickly on the other end on a 41-32 advantage. Carson Miles puts up the shot. That one just a little too much. Fight for the basketball. Picked up there by Miles. And a second chance here for the Chargers after this shot. Yackley gives it off to Colson. Swings it to Moore on the right wing. Moore. Back to Yackley. He'll catch it, fire it, and not connect. Falkenhagen, though. Shot's no good, and a whistle. So they're going to give the whistle on Carson Miles, who will be picking up his first, team second of the quarter. Shea now over the timeline. Colson's matched up tightly there defensively as Chargers continue man-to-man. There's a give to Roche on the baseline. And Holt steps out of bounds, and that'll be a turnover. Turnover number 9 for the Tigers here in this contest. Sully Buttes again, just with one that I have officially counted for. With 6:13 left to go. Yackley is going to bring it up for the Chargers as they go over the center logo. There's the give to Falkenhagen, backhand off to Yackley. Yackley going to try to go into the middle. Kick out Moore, fires it from the right side, knocks it in. Easton Moore with, in this contest, 12 points. And the Chargers have a 12-point advantage. That's been the biggest lead of the contest as well. Tigers looking to tie for the first time. Headed shot's no good. Roche is trying to give it off. He will lose it, and it's going to be a chance for the Chargers to take it back. Moore three, hits high off of the iron, doesn't go in. Going to get the hometown bounce, and now an official. So he got stepped on, but he appears to be all right. Looked good for a moment. And it will stay Sully Buttes basketball. Colson to trigger it in. He'll inbound it to Yackley, who goes into the paint. Guards go for the left layup, and it's going to be a foul from the half-court official, who is at the half-court line, and it looks like it is not what Ipswich was hoping for, courtesy of Stuart Ball. I mean, I can understand the frustration because it's the official from the furthest away from the basket. Is the free throw is good there from Jet Yackley. And we get one more. So Yackley goes perfect. And they're going to give the foul off there to Roche, who picked up his second. So it's 46-32 now. Roche gives out the hit at the top. Colson matches up with him with Roche setting up the screen. Falkenhagen and Colson switch defensively. It might give an advantage inside for the Tigers, but going all the way, it's Shea. No good. Rebound is fought for, picked up there by Hiddich once again. And we're going to whistle. Physical game to start here in the second half, and I think we're in for a good basketball game this second half. Getting things kept close. Ipswich just couldn't hit shots to start early in the second quarter. And they're going to have to do it here. And as soon as I say that, the Tigers turn it over. Colson is going to give it off there to Miles, who was looking for the reverse, and will lose it and turn the basketball over. Under 5 to play, 5:46 left to go. It is 46-32. And down goes to Shea. Chargers bring a little bit of pressure in the front court now, or back court, excuse me. Gives it off there. It is Slozier. Slozier, the Hittich. Miles matches up with him defensively. 20 on the shot clock, 4:40 on the game clock. Slozier 3. That one going to be off the left iron to the right side and a foul. And 2 free throws coming up. We'll look at Jet Yackley on the foul. That'll be his second. And at the line is Shea. Shea's first free throw. Off the mark. Get one more free throw here from the foul stripe. Second one's good. 1-2 trip. The Tigers have shot 4-10 from the line. Here's Colson once again. Gives it quickly off to Yackley on the right wing with under 4:30 to play. Miles on the reception pass there from Yackley. He'll give it back out to Yackley. Yackley in the drive, in the paint, off the glass, and swirls in. Yackley with 11 and 4 Chargers now are in double-digit points. Chargers back on defensively. 4 minutes left to go. It's another turnover from Ipswich. Quickly over to Yackley. Yackley trying to zip it there to Moore. Moore trying to back his way in. Kick back out to Yackley. Quick catch and shoot 3. No good. It's a one and done for maybe. No, it's going to be taken away there as Colson comes up with it. And it's going to be off the leg, and they're going to say it's a turnover for the Chargers. Looked good there for a moment there from Gavin Colson, but he had that basketball roll on his leg, which is where the call came in. And so Brenton Barber going to check in for Carson Miles, who got the start again in the second half because of an injury from Wesley Whitler. Again, we haven't seen him back on the bench, and again, you hope that he is all right. Tigers next possession. It's Hittich in the paint. He'll kick it out to Slozier. Now gives it back to Hittich. On the left wing. There's a drive. Hittich goes off the right side. It goes underneath, but still puts it up and in. 4-2. And right now it's an 11-7 outscoring advantage for the Chargers here in the third quarter. 48-35 is your score. This lead's been 15 for the Chargers. Hand off from Colson to Yackley. Yackley can try to go underhand, scoop and score there. Trying to be acrobatic there like Anthony Edwards. Get a change here. Brian Hoagie checking back in for the Tigers. Appreciate you tuning in. However you may be tuning in. KLXS Perry Riverfront Broadcasting Station as we are in the 8 o'clock hour. Chargers back with the basketball, leading by 13. Yackley on the reception of the pass on the left corner. Couldn't get the shot to go. And once again, too many Chargers trying to fight for the basketball on the rebound. And it gets back to Ipswich. Slozier 3. That's no good. Moore comes down with the rebound. I think the Chargers are going to have to maybe start figuring out who's going to get the rebound. If two are going to go for it, and then Yackley will fire 3 and make it as he has got 7 in the quarter. Timeout taken with 2:46 left to go. Full timeout from the Chargers. We'll step aside. We'll be back in 30. 51-35 your score. Chargers up in 3 quarters of play.
The Sully Chargers are on fire, and so is our grill. Before you head to the field or the court, stop by the corner. We're celebrating the Chargers. Come fill your tank, grab a drink, snack, and show your team spirit with us. It's where Charger Nation gets ready to go. For either home or away game, fill up your car and your stomach. Call ahead if you're running late at 605-258-2400. Order your pizza or burgers and have them waiting on you. The corner is located on Highway 83.
Jet Yackley connects on 3. It's a timeout taken by the Chargers. They take a full timeout. Big thanks to the Sully County Sheriff's Office. We want to remind you to be a good citizen to help out in your community, your friends, and your neighbors. Make Oneida strong and proud. Working together, we can all make the town great. Arrive alive. This message for the Sully County Sheriff's Office. Well, the question was going to be who was going to take that leading scoring role, and it looks like we've figured out there's 3 that are just willing to shoot when they want to. Yackley has 14. He's connected on 7 points here in the second half to start. Easton Moore has made a 3. Gavin Colson has made a 3, and Falkenhagen is connected on a free throw. So it will be Ipswich basketball after the made 3 by Jet Yackley. Shea gets it over the timeline with 2:39 left to play. Gives it off to Hidditch at the top. Matched up there by Barber. Barber is going to get some contact and a foul. Barber will pick up his second. Coach is going to check in here. He'll check in for Holtz. And he'll trigger it in. 2:33 left to go. Tigers just trying to stay within distance. It looks like we do have a final for the Pierre Governors. There was a final of 63-43. So the late rally is there's a bucket there from Kyle Hidditch. And he has got 4 points here in the second half to start, leading the Tigers. Moore back it out to Barber. It's a give to Yackley. Yackley's 3 will bounce a few times and take the home team bounce. That could have easily been an in-and-out shot, but Yackley makes another one. He's got 17. Shea gives it off to Hidditch. Yackley switches defensively. Stays with him with under 2 to play. Hidditch. Bounce pass off to Shea. Shea on the left side goes on the attack baseline, puts up the shot. And they say this is an offensive foul. Now they're going to get Brian Hoagie for the foul. Had to make some forcible contact to get that call, and Hoagie will make his way to the bench with 3 fouls. That is the 4th team foul on Ipswich in this quarter. Both teams with 4 fouls apiece. 1:42 left to play. Yackley swinging over to Falkenhagen. He'll get it back up top to Barber. Far wing now for Yackley. Now to Moore. Up top, Colson. Colson got 2 Tigers just waiting to go and close it if they wanted to. Looks like the Tigers have switched to a zone defense as Colson's going to put up the shot. Couldn't get it to go. And the rebound is courtesy of Roche. On the other end, puts up the shot. He's going to be Holtz, and he is fouled. And 2 free throws coming up. Tigers will get their 11th and 12th free throws here of the quarter, with 75 seconds left to go. Holt, first free throw. He's good as Falkenhagen was credited for the foul. Falkenhagen now with 3. We're going to check out. Carson Miles will check in. Second and final free throw. Tigers in bonus from here on out. And the second free throw is good. And it's now going to be a 16-point deficit at 54-39. Now it's 15, as I had my score right. The scoreboard was just behind. And I think the officials are a little confused, and Coach Brian White's confused. The Tigers are going to get the basketball back. Not much conversation between Coach White and the official, and underneath is Roche. So the Tigers are going to take and capitalize off the confusion from the Chargers. And it's now back to a 13-point lead. Moore will try to drive in as he was going to spin and kick it out there, and another foul. He sets to the Tigers. Shea going to pick up foul number 3. Puts Easton Moore to the line, who's looking for his first free throws of the day. Both teams shooting a lot better here in this second half as Moore will make up the first. Tigers, I have them for 15 of 30 at 50%. The Chargers at 19 of 40. It's just the turnovers that's really giving the Chargers more opportunities from the field. And it's a perfect trip for Moore. Chargers 10 of 13 for the line, so free throws will also help you on the day. Closure over the midcourt stripe. Matched up there by Moore. There's a give now to Shea. Shea, left side, floats it in the paint. That's going to be off the iron to the left side. Second chance and a foul on free throws as Roche gets the rebound. And we'll go to the line. Foul going to go against Carson Miles. He'll pick up foul number 2. Has both of them in the half. So Roche will have 2 trips. Tigers 50% from the line. It's the first one. A couple of bounces and drops in. Student section right in front of Roche to shoot this free throw. And they are really trying to get him distracted there. Credit to these players when they have to have those fans right behind the basket to shoot the free throws. Shout out to everybody who does that. For everybody, honestly. Yackley with 20 on the shot, or 20 on the game clock. Shot clock is turned off. It was a perfect trip there from Roche. If the Tigers don't get it here for the final quarter, and we're going to get a whistle on the Tigers. They're going to get hit, John. Oh, no, they're going to get this foul off to Brody Davis. He picks up foul number 3. Brett and Barber going to check in, and a couple of Tigers getting set to check in. As Yackley will make the first. Yackley can get to 19 if he makes this last free throw. And Hoagie's going to check back in. Also, Brody Davis is back in, and Shea is back in. Now the Chargers look for Slozier and Roche, who are the 2 that were the scorers here of the third quarter. Out of bounds, stays with the Tigers with 7 seconds left to go. 58-43. Sully Butte's going to have to play some tight defense here. Hiddich with 6 seconds. Over the logo. Hiddich, right side, handoff. Slozier, 3 with 2 on the shot clock. Or 2 on the game clock, excuse me. And that is how the quarter is going to end. It's going to be off the mark. So we have played 3 quarters of basketball. Final 8 minutes is coming up next. It's a 15-point advantage for the Chargers. 58-43. We're back in 60 seconds here on Country 95.3 KLXS Perry Riverfront Broadcasting Station.
Sunrise Bank Dakota in Oneida, they make banking easier with convenient mobile banking. Enjoy on-the-go, secure access to your account balances, recent account activity, and check images, as well as the ability to transfer funds and make mobile deposits. Visit mysunrisebank.com today or download the mobile banking app. Sunrise Bank Dakota is a proud sponsor of Sully Butte's athletics and activities and wish the Chargers good luck in today's game. Sunrise Bank Dakota in Oneida, member FDIC.
Yag-Air Incorporated is your locally owned ag chemical and seed retailer. Yag-Air Incorporated offers reliable ground and aerial application. For the latest seed and chemical pricing, contact Kyle at 605-280-8710 or Tony at 605-280-4771. Yag-Air for all your ag chemical and seed needs. Kyle 605-280-8710 or Tony 605-280-4771.
Final 8 minutes of basketball, at least regulation, if something crazy was to happen for the Tigers, which they are going to need a quarter like that. 58-43, your Chargers are up here in this one. And Sully Butte did outscore the Tigers 21-15 in the third quarter. Jet Yackley with a great third quarter, 3-6, like that, 9-12. Yackley puts up 12 in the quarter to lead the Chargers. Inbounds. Goes to Shea. We're underway fourth quarter. Chargers 2 points away from that 60-point mark. That scoring mark I mentioned earlier in the broadcast. Pass gives it off to Hiddich for 2, and the Tigers will start with a bucket. Hiddich now lead scoring with 12 for the Tigers. Say Slozier has 13, but I don't have a mark for 13. Maybe I was off. 4. He is now in the paint. Kick out Barber. Swing it over to Yackley as he says, I'll take that shot. Couldn't get that one to go as he was trying to get the rebound. Yeah, it's a one and done for the Chargers. 58-45 your score. Chargers trying to keep that home record alive at 15 wins. They're looking for number 16 and trying to break that one-game losing streak going into Miller Thursday. will be a double header here from Oneida, as we'll have that coverage for you right here on Country 95.3 and online at Country 95.3 Sports on YouTube. On the floor is the basketball and a jump ball arrow favors the Chargers. 7:06 to play. Arrow favors the Chargers. They'll get it back. Here's the Tigers bringing some pressure here in the backcourt. Actually, they got 3 in the backcourt. Colson getting the inbound courtesy of Barber. Colson switches hands. Now 2 Tigers are going to close in on the trap, and it's going to be a foul. So Shea's going to pick up the foul, and it's not the reaction that you would hope to see out of your coach, Stuart Bowl, who liked what they were doing. Just the foul hurt them there. Inbound, Yackley trying to save it. It's out of bounds as he steps on the baseline, and the Chargers will turn it over. So now it's Ipswich with the opportunity now. Trying to close this within at most 10. Shea matched up by Colson. He'll make his way to the left side on the attack. Was looking for the bounce pass cut there from Brody Davis, but turns it over. Yackley trying to push the pace. It's Colson. Floater off the glass. No good. Falkenhagen tries to put it back up. He's fouled and goes to the line. Cooper Falkenhagen just cleaning up the glass here today. 5 rebounds. .640. 1 left to go. Falkenhagen is at the line. Foul is on Brody Davis, who picked up his 4th. Falkenhagen will miss the first. Yeah, one more here is your score, 58-45 on the Ringneck Energy scoreboard. Falkenhagen takes a deep breath, 2 dribbles, sets, fires, knocks it in. 59-45 your score with 6:41 left to play. Chargers are going to bring pressure now in the backcourts. Jerry inbound. They'll get it off there to Holtz. Holtz crosses the timeline with 6:37 left to play. 30 on the shot clock. Slozier matched up by Moore. Almost loses his Slozier. Now he does. Moore picks it up, trying to avoid the traveling call, and then it's a couple of back-to-back turnovers, and the Tigers will turn it over after a travel. 6:27 left to go. The Chargers have done great turnover-wise. Unofficially have them for 6 turnovers. Ipswich, the fast place of the Chargers, has caused 16. Inbound Yackley as he gets passed by his man. Now it's a 2-on-1 and couldn't get the layup to go. And another foul coming up here for the Chargers. That'll be the first team foul for the Chargers, and they'll get Brenton Barber for the foul. So Barber will pick up his 3rd of the game. And Togi will bring it up. Falkenhagen just waits for him. Togi going to try and drive in baseline. Powers his way for 2, and they're going to call the offensive foul. As Cooper Falkenhagen is going to take the contact, but Hoagie was just trying to bully his way in. And the officials will say that is going to be a foul, and Hoagie picks up his 4th. Inbound goes to Yackley, slows down. Make sure he's able to keep control of the basketball. 6 minutes left to go. Yackley backs his way out. We'll swing it over to Barber at the top. Far side down in the corner is Moore. Moore going to try to go baseline drive. Right side. Kick out now to Colson on the bounce pass. Colson backs his way into the paint. Now to Barber. Up top to Yackley. Near side is Colson for 3 as he gets it on the wing. Gavin Colson with 15. 5:36 left to play. Hoagie at the top, feeds inside to Shea. Falkenhagen trying to help defensively as that shot's going to be good. And Shea's got his first bucket since the 3rd quarter. Really, first field goal shot since the 2nd. 5:18 to play. Moore gets it. 3 Tigers close in. Barber swings it over to Colson. Does he go back-to-back 3s? He can't do so. And that rebound courtesy of Hoagie. Yackley was trying to get the steal. Now we got to fight for the basketball as Falkenhagen comes up with it. Hoagie is saying, where's the call there? And then on the other end, It's going to be Easton Moore who gets the contact and actually goes into his own player, Cooper Falkenhagen, but it's going to be a trip to the line for the Chargers after that chaotic sequence. Now goes against Zedek, who will pick up his third foul. And just like that, the Tigers with 14 fouls. Moore will miss his first. And so the Chargers' potential foul strip chances are looking pretty good for the rest of the quarter. They have 5 minutes of it. Second free throw. Moore will make the second. Goes 1 of 2. 63-47. Hennick gets it over the timeline. Matched up there by Carson. As Carson just reached there. That's one of the easiest calls an official is going to make here tonight. That's the second team foul. Falkenhagen did check out. It was James Miles who checked back in. Inbound. Now it's going to be over to Roche. Roche gives it off to Shea on the baseline. Tries to spin. Back his way in on Colson. Here's a shot from Shea. That's going to be no good. Roche second chance. And did they just get James Miles for his fourth, or it's either his fourth or fifth? I think James Miles just picked up his fifth. And they did. So James Miles just checks back in. Oh, she's going to go to the line after the foul on Miles, as he will finish the night with 3 rebounds. And something James Miles wishes he could take back. He's had a couple of games where he's really had to try to fight not being in that foul trouble, and he's ended up being in that foul trouble either way. His first free throw from Roche is good. Post-game show is coming up after the conclusion of this one. Recap the game, get your unsung hero of the game and player of the game. Second free throw is no good. It was rebounded there by Slozier, but no points to account for. Basketball almost lost there. Yackley spins away, and what a move as the student section thrilled about that one. To make the young student section happy, Chargers turn it over. And it's going to be Shea on the other end who makes his way from left to right. Timeout Spence. 3 on the Tigers. Shea with 11 in the contest. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. With 4:14 left to go, it's a 13-point ball game at 63-50. The Tigers are getting the scores now, but it's the Chargers who are really not letting them close in to this, and that's what you want to see from Sully Buttes, is they are looking to go to 6-1 on the season and have that losing streak be at 1 going into Thursday. Again, Thursday, it's going to be a contest against Miller. It's a doubleheader on Thursday the 15th. Action begins at 4 o'clock. Varsity games will follow after the JV games. Both these two teams sitting first and second in the team standings. Sully Buttes at 5-1 with 43 seed points. Ipswich at 4-2 with 41 seed points. It looks like the Miller game is set for around 6 and 7:30-ish estimate time. Again, the JV action starting at 4 with both girls and boys. Timeout taken by Ipswich. Chargers can start working the clock here with a 13-point advantage. Colson has it. Coach White directing the offense here. Colson's going to make his way to the left side. Gives it off to Yackley. Screen there from Falkenhagen. Yackley fires a 3. That's going to be no good. Falkenhagen runs in for the rebound and puts it back up and in. And Falkenhagen finally breaks that barrier as he has been having a tough time getting those putback opportunities off of the rebounds. Here's Heddick. Will try and drive into the paint, loses it, gives it off now to Holtz. Holtz picks up his dribble, back to Heddick with 19 on the shot clock. Heddick has that poked away. It's saved there, but stepping out of bounds, it's Brody Davis. And with 3:20 left to go, the Chargers don't want to really slow things down just yet because you never know. Think about 5 threes in 5 straight possessions really can do that. It'd be a tough task from Ipswich, but you never know what could happen in any game. Dackley just trying to create some separation as Chargers really electing to let this clock go down as much as they can. Dackley matched up by Haddock, now gets the screen, makes his way, looks for the bounce pass off to Moore, does get the pass off, Moore puts up the shot, and it goes around the iron once and falls in. Sully Buttes closer and closer to a 6-1 record and 16 straight wins at home. There's a fired 3 there from Holt, and it's going to be a 1 and done for the Tigers. And the Chargers really just slowing things down, not really trying to have some urgency here, especially their fast pace of play. Dackley falls to the floor. Passes there to Miles. Miles puts up the shot. No good. Falkenhagen rebound. Tries to put it back up. He gets it to go in. Falkenhagen has struggled with that the last couple of games, and he's got back-to-back, and you hope to see that if you're the Chargers from Falkenhagen for a lot more often. You get a foul on the other end. And when you give Falkenhagen credit, he does pick up the foul. I think he'll be okay with that. He's got 4 personal fouls now. That's the last foul that the Chargers can give with under 2 to play, 1:59 to be exact. 69 to 50, or to 50 is your score. Biggest lead was really at 13 for a moment. It's gone up to 19. Catch and shoot 3 from Schlosier is no good, and the rebound's going to be last touch, or rebound opportunity was last touch there by Falkenhagen, which gives the basketball back to the Tigers. Bogey is going to check back in, and now they're going to clean the basketball off. That's a rarity. 1:54 left to play. And Coach White will now elect to spend a timeout. 30 seconds, we'll take one. 1:54 left to go. Chargers 69, Ipswich 50. We're back in 30 seconds here on Country 95.3.
Or after the game, get together with friends at the Blue Goose in Oneida. The Blue Goose has a relaxing atmosphere, and it's a great place to talk about the game. Not only that, but you can see info and pictures of past teams and players. It's history with the focus on the future. Be sure to kick back with friends and co-workers at the one spot that has it all. The Blue Goose in downtown Oneida. Proud to be a supporter of Sully Butte Sports.
1:54 left to go here. Whitebirch go with you. Big thanks to Jeremy running the camera and scoreboard tonight. Big thanks to Jen, who's kept us on the air this evening at our KLXS studios. We'll be back in action on Thursday with a doubleheader here at Sully Butte High School. Again, JV action beginning at 4 o'clock, and then that will do it for our basketball week. Last week had 4 days of basketball as the Tigers will get the inbound. The shot's no good, and a jump ball. Falkenhagen wins the tie-up. He's the one who ends up with it. It stays with Ipswich. But yeah, we had 4 days of basketball last week. We had Highmore Hero games on Thursday and Friday. Sully Buttes were on the road to Redfield and Sioux Valley. Girls in that Redfield Classic would fall 36-30 is what the final score was, as Brian Hoagie puts it up for 2. Final 95 seconds here. Ackley skip pass over to Colson, and then Chargers have just really not had any urgency to put any scores up. Had a game on Tuesday, and that was the girls' game. For the girls, I believe that was the makeup game last week against Ipswich. Colson will float it up, put the shot no good. He gets his own rebound and puts it back up and in. Colson with 17. Again, 4 Chargers will end up in double digits here tonight. And Again, they have played the entire second half without their leading scorer in Wesley Whitler. As that three was no good from the Tigers. And that is going to pretty much do it here, as the Chargers will go to 6-1 on the season. They have 16 wins in a row dating back to last season here at Sully Buttes High School. And Yackley will just dribble this out. I'm not sure if they're going to try to get one more bucket here or not. And it looks like they're going to try to avoid getting the shot clock violation. Yackley trying to put up a shot, fires a high-arcing three, and gets it to go in. Now, if you want to talk about an awkward floater from as far as you can, he got it to go was Jet Yackley, and he will finish with 22 points, and that was his only buckets of the fourth quarter. Your final, Sully Buttes 74. It is Ipswich 52, and the Chargers will stay in first in Region 6B, going to 6-1 on the season. We'll step aside. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and recap this broadcast, or recap this game. Chargers 74, Ipswich 52. We're back in 2 minutes.
At 83 Ag Sales, we specialize in precision planting to help you create a growing environment that will maximize your efficiency and crop yields. We're committed to helping you improve your planting and production with the best technology available. Located in Oneida, 83 Ag Sales, here to make the most of your growing season. Call us at 605-222-5385. We can help you choose the right components for your equipment and your operation.
AGE Corporation's contractors and crane service are proud supporters of Sully Buttes Sports. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work, construction, and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That number again, 223-2732. AGE, proud to support local sports.
At AgTegra, we're leveraging the power of the cooperative to benefit our farmers and ranchers, their families, and local communities. We're creating jobs for your neighbors and putting money back into our communities. We're lending a hand in our rural fire departments, food banks, and 4-H and FFA programs. That's what local is all about. When you do business at AgTegra, you help us make a difference in your community. AgTegra, strong, stable, dependable, and local.
Teamwork is important to Barber Chemical in Oneida. With a full-time agronomist, sprayers, and licensed applicators, they have the team to get the job done. Their fully stocked warehouse will always have the latest products and technology available. Service, quality, and efficiency. That's the game plan at Barber Chemical. See Barber Chemical for your soil and tissue sampling needs. Good luck, Chargers, from your teammates at Barber Chemical in Oneida.
Country 95.3 post-game show is the Chargers come out victorious 74-52 against the Ipswich Tigers in a battle of the top two teams in Region 6B. Chargers would outscore the Tigers in the first half 37-28. It was 19-17 after one. The Chargers would outscore the Tigers 18-11 in the second. Third quarter, the Chargers at 21 points, holding to Ipswich to 15. And the Chargers would add 16 more in the fourth and holding Ipswich tonight. We had no lead changes, no ties. It was Chargers from start to finish in this one. And also the Chargers, just everything was going for them. Even despite the injury of Wesley Whitler, again, you hope that he's okay and wishing him a speedy recovery. As he did not play the second half, but the Chargers would finish with 4 in double-digit scoring. Whitler was one of those, but you had 3 more in double-digit scoring, so that just shows you the scoring depth of the Chargers if they do have to go with Whitler out Thursday. Again, I'm not speculating. I'm just saying you still got scoring there for the Chargers, but we will continue our post-game show. Coming up, we will have our player of the game brought to you by the Ackley Ranches, and also we'll have our unsung hero brought to you by Colston Farms as well. Take a look at some team numbers real quick. Here is, I had the Ipswich Tigers of 19-43 shooting. They would go 5-14 from three-point land and 9-15 from the charity stripe. Chargers 25 of 53, 47% from the field, 10 of 26 from three-point land, 4 of 19 from the charity stripe. That is a really good free throw shooting day for the Chargers. Turnovers, Ipswich would finish with 18. I had Sully Buttes with 7, and I had the Charger out-rebounding Ipswich 26 to 20 in the contest. So that is your team numbers. We'll step aside. We'll take a 60-second timeout and continue your post-game show here on Country 95.3. So 60 seconds, individual numbers coming up next.
As community bankers, Bank West employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose Bank West. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
At Ringneck Energy, our mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of our investor partners, safe, rewarding work environment. Ringneck Energy, located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida. Call 605-945-6900 and check out our website, www.ringneckenergy.com. Ringneck Energy in Oneida, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Chargers win here on a Tuesday night. 74-52 was your final. Chargers having 4 in double digits. But we'll take a look at the individual numbers for Ipswich, who had 3 in double digits. It was led by Kyle Henich with 12 points in the contest. Shea would finish with 11, with Slozier at 10. You also had Brody Davis with 3. You had Holt with 5, and Roche with 7, and Hody would finish with 4 in the contest. For the Chargers, they were led by Jet Yackley, who is your Yackley Ranches player of the game. Brought to you by Yackley Ranches. He finished with 22 points in the contest. Had a big third quarter for the Chargers. Easton Moore would finish with 17 points and 2 rebounds. Wesley Whitler with 11 points and 4 rebounds. You also had Gavin Colson, who would finish with 17 points and 3 rebounds. Cooper Volgenhagen with 6, and Carson Miles would have a free throw in the first quarter of the contest. That's where your 74 points come from the Chargers. We mentioned your Yackley Ranches player of the game. I give it to Jet Yackley, finishing with 22 points in the contest. It's now time for your unsung hero. It is brought to you by Colston Farms. You might not have heard this name a lot, but this goes out to the player that works hard and gives it their all, and that's what makes the team better. You may not have heard of me say their name, but the unsung hero goes out about their own way to make a difference in the game. Colston Farms also works with their friends and neighbors to make sure everyone is successful. How about Cooper Volkenhagen having to do a lot of the dirty work after James Miles was fouled out of the contest, and he was having a hard time with those rebounds, trying to put it back up, and tonight he did capitalize on some of those opportunities, and that's what you were hoping to see if you were the Chargers and Coach White, is just being able to convert on some of those put-back rebounds. So it is going to be Cooper Volkenhagen, who is your unsung hero of the game, brought to you by Colson Farms. Yackley Ranches player of the game goes to Yackley. Take another 60-second timeout. We'll recap some final scores from around the area and get you a look ahead Thursday and a doubleheader here at home. We'll take one more 60-second timeout and wrap this broadcast up. That's next here on your postgame show on Country 95.3 KLXS Pier, a Riverfront broadcasting station.
Koenig of Oneida, Pier, and Winter has provided our services to growers of South Dakota for over 50 years. We focus on providing our customers with the products, services, and attention to detail that each farmer needs to succeed. For your individual needs of custom spraying, liquid or dry fertilizer, chemical, soil sampling, seed sales, and treating, stop in and see us at Koenig with offices located in Oneida, Pier, and Winter.
Hometown shopping at its best. Don's Food Center has what you want and where you need it most, right in Oneida. Enjoy a great selection of groceries, fresh meat and produce, friendly service, and more. Get all your snacks for the big game at Don's Food Center. Don's Food Center is a proud supporter of Sully Buttes Athletics and wish the Chargers good luck in today's game. Don's Food Center, where parking is convenient, shopping is easy, and your time is priority.
As we wrap up this broadcast here on a Tuesday night from Oneida, the Chargers winning 74-52 as we continue your coverage on the KLXS Country 95.3 post-game show. Getting the Chargers coming out with a 74-52 victory. So what is coming up next? Actually, before we take a look at that, let's take a look at some scores from around the area. The Pierre Governors would be in T area for their game. They would fall with a final of 63-43. Governors looked like they had a late push in the fourth quarter, but T area would just capitalize in the fourth quarter to get that 63-43 win. Taking a look and see if we have other scores to report to you here on this Tuesday night. And it looks like we do have some finals. I'm trying to see if there is like any local or in games of interest that have been reported. It looks like some games have tipped off. It looks like Miller had tipped off about 48 minutes ago against Redfield. Also, in other games of Highmore Herald was a 7:30 tip-off, so they are looking like they will probably be finishing up here against Fulton area in just a few moments. And that looks like those are the only games that are completed. We mentioned the T area and Pierre Governors game. That was a 63-43 final. So what is coming up next for Sully Buttes basketball? Well, it's a doubleheader on Thursday. It will be here in Oneida. It will be Miller coming to town for some doubleheader action on the Mark Seffner court here at Sully Buttes High School. Action for JV games start about 4. They have it listed for the boys game at about 6 or 7:30 tip-off. The girls game is right now scheduled looking on Bowd at about 6:30. So we'll be around those times of tip-off. Girls will start at about 6:30. The boys will follow. We'll have both those games right here on KLXS Pure Country 95.3. Going a big thanks to Jeremy here helping run the camera and the scoreboard tonight. Did a fantastic job, and always a big thanks to Jen, who always keeps us live and sounding good right here on Country 95.3. For the entire broadcasting team at Riverfront Broadcasting, I am Wyatt Barichka. This has been a presentation of Sully Buttes basketball here on Country 95.3. If you're traveling back home, travel safe travels. Have a great night. God bless. Let's get you back to the music on Country 95.3.